board. Y'all can refer back to this and they can as well. And let me move things around here. We've got, this is going to be quite an in-depth training tonight. And so hopefully this is going to be beneficial for you all, we hope, or I hope rather. Yeah. Why this is not cooperating here, I have no idea. All right. Come on. Y'all. There it goes. Sometimes you just got to hold your mouth right, I guess. Okay, friends. We are week 3. This is supposed to be the last training for the mentorship program. Those of you who have not been able to join us live, we have missed you, but we hope that you are going back and watching the recordings. Last week, we talked about why you need to know your why. To know your why and focus on your why, and how that's going to drive you to be more consistent on a daily basis. If you don't know why you want to do this, it's going to be hard to do it in the moments where you're tired and you don't feel like sending messages or you don't feel like showing up. And we talked about that a little bit last week. Your family's also not going to understand what your goals are unless you sit down and you have an honest, real conversation with them, i.e. your spouse, your kids. You've got to get them excited about what it is you're trying to do and the income you're trying to create so that they get on board and they're supportive with you. That is a huge thing, you guys. And then we talked about Enroll, what that means, how it means you plus 2. That's it. 2 people. It can be your spouse, your neighbor, a child over 18, an aunt, a parent. That opens your Team Beachbody bank account. And you're not just earning money on commission, but you're also earning money on the team volume that is created underneath your account. Success Club, we talked about that last week and how important it is to your business and how it is a gauge to show your business is growing. And remember, we said when you make Success Club 5, that's helping 3 people, 2 leads. You'll get 1 to 2 leads the following month. You will not get like commission usually on those leads, but you will get leads. And if they order anything, the next week, the next month, 6 months from then, you get the commission on that. Success Club 10, you are promised 1 to 2 Shakeology leads in the following month, but you must be Emerald rank to get those leads. I've been averaging, you guys, anywhere from 6 to 12 to 24 leads in a month, even if I just hit Success Club 5, because the business as a whole, Beachbody as a whole, is booming right now. Last year, when the pandemic hit, I literally in the month of March got like 30 free leads of people. So it is to your benefit to get to Emerald as fast as you possibly can so you can get those leads too, as well as hit Success Club. That's how you're going to make lucrative money fast. Tonight, we're going to talk about how do you focus on your journey on social media. We talked about that in week 1, but now we're going to expand on it just a little bit more. How to invite others to join you in messages, how to use Share a Cart, and how to create your list of 100 people. All right, so we're going to start with how do you share your journey on social? You guys, the biggest thing that we want you to know and realize and remember is that you need to focus on your journey, what's going on with you, not the number of followers that you have on social media. I understand that number like gets into my mindset too, but we can't focus on the number of people that choose to follow us. We have to focus on the content we're putting out. Are we providing value? What are we sharing from our own personal journeys? And how is that supposed to help somebody else who might be going through the same thing we are? So, talking about the fitness program that you're doing, whatever it happens to be, if you're doing Bar Blend or MBF or you're doing 9 week Control Freak, you're talking about the program without naming the program. And you're talking about not just how it's helping you, but really focusing on how it's helping other people on our team. So if you're not sure, put out a message in our bod group. Hey, who's doing MBF right now besides me? How is it helping you? And then you'll know. Or follow on the Beachbody Champions page, and you can put out questions that can be approved on the Beachbody Champions page, and you can even search on the Beachbody Champions page. You can put in MBF in the search bar of that page, and you'll come up with posts that have been created by the company that show you the results of people who have also been using those products. People have to know how we can help them solve their problem. It's not just about us getting on and bragging that we've completed a program and we're giving ourselves two thumbs up for that. It's so much more than that, you guys. It's connecting with people on social media to show them that they can do this too. So we don't want to just be on there to share a sweaty selfie for the sake of saying we put up a post for that day. We want to tell why. Why has that program meant so much to you? How has that program helped you on your journey? And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a minute, ways that you can possibly do that. Sharing about the nutrition that you're using, whether it's Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset. You guys, it's got to be one of those two. I don't care if you're the keto expert that before you came to Beachbody, you were doing keto, or you were the Weight Watchers queen. You are focusing on the nutrition that this program uses. So you're going to have to throw all the rest of it out the window and focus on what this is doing. And if you haven't leaned into the nutrition yourself, then I would highly recommend that you start there. That you take people on a journey as you kind of compare our nutrition plan to maybe what you did before. If you were counting points before on Weight Watchers, talk about how this is so much easier, because it is so much easier than counting points and cheating all the time on Weight Watchers, which is what I personally did. And then oh my goodness, I just lost track because Suzanne sent me a message. And then if you were doing keto before, then talk about how this is different from keto. This, we're not cutting anything. So focus on those types of things. If you work every day, share about how the nutrition plan goes with you to work, how you pack your lunch, how you eat snacks on the go. Like today, I was out taking my daughter to dance. I stupidly didn't take any snacks with me. I ended up having to buy this $5 moon cheese, which I've been wanting to try. Have y'all seen moon cheese? It's like this processed product. Literally, it was $4.95. I kid y'all not, at Starbucks. But I had to pee like no tomorrow. And I was like, I don't want coffee because it's late in the day. I don't need more coffee. And I wanted to get Abby a juice box. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to buy this moon cheese. This would be a great post later on. This is what I'm thinking. Had no idea though it was a $4.95 post, y'all. But as soon as I got in the car, I didn't even eat the moon cheese. I just took a picture of it with my water, saved it to my camera roll. I will go back and talk about the moon cheese later when I actually try it out. So it's thinking ahead. Like, I've got that now on my camera roll. And when I can't think of something else to talk about, we will review the moon cheese and see how that product actually is. But talking about those things, I mean, y'all laugh because it's happened to you. People on social media are going to laugh. Or how you pack your food for vacations, because we're all going to be traveling soon. Thank the Lord, right? So talk about how your nutrition goes with you on your vacations. Share about the products that you're using, but check your tone of voice. We're going to watch a quick video in just a few minutes, and it's going to talk more about the tone of voice that we have, that we need to portray on social media. So I'm not going to go into tone of voice right now, but don't forget about that. We're coming back to it. Okay, friends? All right. And then we want to add value to the people that we're showing up on social media for. We don't want to just talk about nutrition and fitness. Like, I am so much more than nutrition and fitness. I mean, I like Lily Pulitzer. I graduated from Meredith College. I'm a native to North Carolina. I have a Basset Hound dog. I've got 3 kids. I like Pottery Barn. Like, we need to talk about those things on social media. We don't want to just throw up fitness and nutrition tips on social media 24/7. That turns people off and they don't want to follow us if we do that. That's just like the bottom line, you guys. They're going to unfollow you, and that's defeating the purpose. So we want to share our other interests, like, what do you enjoy doing? What makes you you? What's important to you? What are your hobbies? I love the same call that we're going to watch in just a minute. And I got it from the National Wake Up Call. And it's such a good part of the video that I queued it up so we could watch it tonight. She uses the example of plants. And I love this example. She's like, look, if you are the plant lady and you love plants, then get on there and talk about how you like plants. What kind of plants do you plant in the spring? What kind of plants do you plant in the summer? Where do you get your plants? What kind of plant food do you use on your plants? That's adding value to people online that has nothing to do with health and fitness. But if you are giving value to people in another area and they're like, dang, this girl knows what she's talking about. When you go to talk about your own health and fitness journey, which should be only 20% of the time, we should only be talking about that 20% of the time. Okay. Then they're going to go, she really knew what she was talking about in regard to plants. If that fitness and nutrition program really helped her, there might be something to this. I want to learn more about that program. You see, guys? So find something, and it took me a long time to figure out what my something was. I love to talk about Trader Joe's. Like, people know that I shop at Trader Joe's all the time. Like, all the time. And I don't even shop at Trader Joe's as much as I used to at one time, but I love to go in there. And it's been harder to do during COVID, so I haven't done this as much as I have done it in the past, but I literally would take my phone in there and I would video myself in story mode. Now, you can't see me. You can only see the foods. And I'm going, okay, you guys, this would be a good choice because of X, Y, and Z. This convenient food would not be a good choice because it's got like 600 grams of sodium in it. You don't need that in your nutrition plan. So, giving value in that way. I also have done that in Target before. Like, I have found like the end cap and it's like all this stuff on sale. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be a good thing to stock up on. It's only $1.50 and da 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 da. So that's how I've done it. But you could do it in any way, anything that you love and you love to talk about it and you find it easy to talk about already, talk about it. Pour into people. Because people will really gravitate toward you if it's their thing too. Um, the other thing you can talk about is struggles. And I don't do this enough. Like, I need to challenge myself personally to do this more. But like, if you have adrenal fatigue or Hashimoto's or thyroid issues or arthritis, like, I have adrenal fatigue. I should talk about it more than I do, how this nutrition program has really helped my adrenal fatigue. I have, most of y'all know that I had Cartiva implant surgery 3 years ago now, which is really hard to believe. I ended up talking about that surgery while I was going through it. I connected with women. I connected with like 5 different women on Instagram that I still am in touch with today. They haven't purchased anything through me. They've done several free groups with me, but they still reach out to me and I reach out to them occasionally. Who knows? There's one in particular in that group of women. she and I have had a really great connection. She would make the best coach, but she still has not said yes to me. So, talk about those things that you struggle with, whether it's in the past or it's current. Um, what foods do you eat? The supplements you're using? How much sleep do you need? All of that. How does all of that help you deal with your Hashimoto's or your thyroid or your IVF or whatever you came to Beachbody with? So that's a big one, you guys. And we need to be more real about it. Like, Jennifer, unmute and share with them what is, I never can say the hair condition that you have. I never can say it right. Tell them what it's called again.
It's alopecia areata.
Yes. And
Yep.
you've talked about that on social media,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I have. It took me a long time to be able to, because it's not easy to be vulnerable, especially something that you're uncomfortable about. But I found it really does help me connect to people. And I found groups like hashtags and things where I have other people that, like Melissa, we kind of chat every now and again, but they've not done anything. They've not joined my group. Several of them have tried to sell me shampoo, but still there are ones that I do have connection with. And
Yeah,
maybe one day they will sign up and do something with me.
exactly. Jennifer came to Beachbody, y'all, wearing a wig. And now she doesn't have to wear that wig anymore. That's like her hair, which I just love her story. That is like such a huge deal. Like, to me, it is. Like, that would be a huge deal to me if I came wearing a wig and now this has helped with that condition to the point where my hair has grown back out. I just think that's incredible.
Yep.
Totally incredible. All right. So, how do we share and how do we talk about this? This is the video that I want you to watch. So I'm going to back out for just a minute, you guys. And let me move you guys over here because I have this already queued up and I want to make sure that I don't want to have to re-queue it up, basically, you guys. So let's listen. This is Daniela Sanchez. She was one of our recent National Wake Up Calls. Here it is for March 1st. We told you that you could go back and grab National Wake Up Calls anytime you want to. This was on the Team Beachbody Coach 411 page that we've told you about. You can go back and listen to this whole call anytime, but we're going to listen just to about 6 minutes of this. And I want you to listen how she talks about your tone on social media.
Them how to make reels. I don't teach them how to get 10K followers so they can get the link, the swipe up link feature on stories.
Oh, great. Now we're having trouble playing this video. You've got to be kidding me. Technical difficulty. This has been like my whole day today.
Not today, Satan. Not continuously today, Satan.
I am this has literally been my day the entire day, y'all. I'm not even kidding. So let me see if I can get it re-queued back up here. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Hopefully, if not, I'll have to drop it in the
It's muted down at the bottom.
Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, here we go, guys.
Coaching business, and they want to grow their team. But what else besides those three things are they going to focus on? What else? What type of content are they going to bring? Valuable content. And it can be also a struggle that you're going through. If it's IVF that you're going through, and then talk about that journey and share content on that. One of my part of my brand is my autoimmune disease, because I know I have a lot of followers that can relate to that. So I share content about that, the foods that I eat, the supplements that I take, how much sleep is needed for me to feel at my best. So expanding your brand is very important because everybody that follows us doesn't just want to lose weight. But if you connect with them, if you build trust through fashion, through IVF, through anxiety, whatever your brand is about, if you build trust, that is going to help you invite them later on because you already connected with them through something else. So number 3, the last thing that I do with new coaches when I'm onboarding is having them focus on their journey and not on their followers. I don't teach them how to make reels. I don't teach them how to get 10K followers so they can get the link, the swipe up link feature on stories. To me, that is not important when they're just starting. And I will share something. I've realized that less is better when I'm onboarding coaches. When I first started coaching, I made the mistake of overwhelming my new coaches. I would have them watch
I hope I haven't missed what I wanted you guys to
training
hear.
videos that were about 15 to 20 minutes long. And I started noticing that the excitement that they had in the beginning of when they started their business, when they said yes, it died down by
Let me see, guys. I might need to back it up.
about it. And going back to the tone
This
is
is it.
everything because it's the way you deliver the message. I want them to sound excited. I want their tone to express joy. If they're not familiar with what they're doing, they're going to be nervous and their followers see right through that. So I always give this example. If you go on stories and you're like, I'm going to grab my phone. Hi guys, happy Monday. I am so excited. Today I'm starting a 9-week program. The only thing I need is 2 sets of dumbbells. I'm going to be doing a nutrition program as well. I'm really excited to share my journey with you. Hopefully you'll get inspired to join. Okay, that is something that shows excitement. They're most likely going to be, curious on what this 9-week program is all about. But if you go on stories and you're like, hi guys, happy Monday. So I'm going to do this program and I think it's 9 weeks long. That tone is not going to catch anyone's attention. No one's going to ask you what you're doing because you don't even sound excited yourself. So the tone that you use is everything. It plays a huge role. I also advise my new coaches to share a story. We all know that storytelling is really effective. So I want them to not just say, oh my God, the best superfood shake ever. Swipe up if you want to purchase it, or hit me up, send me a DM if you want to get this superfood shake. I don't mentor my coaches to do that. I encourage them to talk about what the superfood shake is doing for them. What was life before the superfood shake? What is life now with your superfood shake? So TMI for me, and I always share this story because it's my true
This is
story.
great, y'all.
Before my superfood shake, I used to be severely constipated. I would go up to 3 days without using the restroom, and now that is not an issue. So I share that. I share, I used to struggle with this, and now I don't. It's just not something that I'm going through anymore. I also shared a story about Energizer. I had a horrible incident where years ago when I was really into the gym and bodybuilding, I had a pre-workout that landed me in the ER. I thought I was going to die. I had heart palpitations. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And I swear I made a promise that I would never, ever have another pre-workout in my life. But then I joined Beachbody and I didn't try Energizer for about a year until Mixed Berry came out because the FOMO was real. I tried it and now I don't go a day without Energizer. I love it. So I share that story on IG stories. I share that how I was so traumatized from having a pre-workout that landed me in the ER to having a pre-workout that's Energizer, that is plant-based, that gives me the perfect boost for my workouts, that doesn't get me jittery, that doesn't land me in the ER, doesn't make me feel like I'm having a heart attack, doesn't make me crash. And when I share that story, it was so powerful. I think I sent 26 links for Energizer that day because people just related to that story. So that is something that I encourage my coaches to do.
So, you guys, do you see the difference between just getting on there and going, hey, my company has a new, I'm so excited because our company has a new product that's releasing today, versus her story, her sharing her story, how I think it's funny she calls it Energizer, but I think she's from Puerto Rico, guys. So we got to cut her some slack here. But I love how she tells her powerful story about how she did use a pre-workout before and it landed her in the ER, caused all kinds of heart palpitations, et cetera, et cetera. That is way more powerful than, woo, I'm excited about my new mixed berry Energizer or pre-workout or whatever, my mommy go-go juice. You got to talk about, how does it make you feel? How does it help you push harder in your workout? What is that doing for you? That's what people want to know. They don't care about, if it's brand new or it tastes like cherries or whatever. They want to know, does it help you? Does it help you get better results? That's what they want to know. All right. So remember, facts tell, stories sell. The more you tell your story, the more successful you're going to be with this, you guys. Okay, we're also going to talk tonight about how to connect through private messaging. Before we go into that, Suzanne, friend, do you have anything to add to that we just talked about?
I don't, but please forgive me for being late.
It's okay. We're just glad you're here, my friend.
I'm glad I'm here too. I've been here since 5:15.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think I did that one night for book club, so now we're even.
That's okay.
All right, so how to convert using this creative message script that Chris Reed, who is on our team, he is on the Fit Club Network team. He created this. He presented it to us at the Emerald Retreat last year, which was through virtual. It was a virtual Emerald Retreat that we had. And this has made such an impact on us that we wanted to pass it along to you. Because here's the deal, you guys. After this water challenge, then what? We don't want the 3 friends or 4 friends or 5 or 10 or how many ever friends you invited to this group. We don't want their momentum to dissipate. We want them to get excited about what they see us doing as a community in this free group, and they want to keep going with you. That is the whole purpose of doing this. So when you start following up with them, which I hope you're already doing, I hope you're checking in with your people and going, hey, Susie, today is day 2. Hope you had a chance to hop in there and check out the new water recipe. What do you like about doing this group so far with me? Very simple and to the point. I usually do that during any type of free group we run. I at least touch base with my people a couple of times because that triggers them. Oh, I haven't gone in that group yet to even look and see what the information is. Let me go look. Or I meant to go in and I looked for just a minute, but I haven't gone back. It just triggers a reminder for them. That's all we're trying to do in a very gentle way, is trigger a reminder. And then once the group has ended, which, just so you know, tomorrow's day 3, we have another recipe, and then I have a bonus on Saturday. I gave them one more recipe on Saturday. And tomorrow, my plan around lunchtime is to go live in that group and talk about our BOD community and how they can keep going with us. That's what I'm going to do next. And I'm going to drop a free workout and invite them to join us on Saturday morning to come work out with us at 10 a.m. Eastern. So we don't want to just get them in there and go, great job with your water and steps, and then just drop them. That's not the purpose of this, you guys. The purpose is for us to help convert them into customers. And so when you follow up with them, we recommend that you use this script. So let me get us into the script completely. And I am going to drop the link to this entire script in our thread tonight. I've already created the PDF for it. I'm going to drop that in our thread, and you can open it up and you can save it on your phone. You can save it in your Google Docs. You can save it wherever you want to save it, because trust me, my friend, you're going to be referring to it. It's going to help you. It's like a guide to keep you on the train track and not like roll off of it. All right. Because otherwise, we've all expressed that we have thrown up information on people, and we really don't want you to go through that experience, because that's the quickest way to lose somebody's interest and the quickest way for them to go, she's just trying to sell to me. I'm not doing this. This is just another fad diet thing, which we all know is not true, but that's the impression we're going to give them. So you will start with the follow-up message, basically the first follow-up message. Or you can start with this initial message and say to your friend, hey, listen, Susie, I'm so glad you did the water challenge with us this past week. I hope you really found that to be valuable. I personally love my community of friends. They have really helped me do X, Y, and Z. Lose 30 pounds, drink more water, be more committed to getting in my workout, whatever it is for you. We are adding some new friends to our next online fitness accountability group. I would love to see you in there with me. May I send you some information on that? Susie says, sure. Once she says sure, the conversation has begun, my friend. Okay. And you say back, that's awesome. What kind of workout are you currently doing right now? Now, maybe you've already had this conversation with Susie. You might already know that. So you can skip over it and go to the next thing. But chances are you probably have not had this conversation with her yet. You've just invited her to get more accountable in her water and in her steps. Okay. So you're going to say, that's awesome. What kind of workout are you doing now? The prospect or Susie says, nothing. Or I'm going to Zumba 2 days a week, or I'm riding my bike, or I like to walk around the neighborhood, whatever it is. If she says nothing, then you say back, okay, girl, no worries. There's some people in our group doing all sorts of workouts from beginner to more advanced. I know we can find something. Do you have a weight loss goal or an event coming up? Because a lot of times events motivate people to start. Like I just had a lady start in February, and she's going on a 25th anniversary trip, and she wants to drop 25 pounds before she goes. That was her motivator. Okay. So then the prospect says, I would love to lose 20 pounds. You say, fantastic. We can totally help you do that, because we can. There are people in our group who have lost, and I'm just going to tell you, they've lost 50 pounds, 40 pounds, 30 pounds, 20 pounds, 10 pounds, you name it. We've had people lose it. Like I think the most that I've ever heard of anybody losing so far is 60 pounds total. Okay. And then you say, and inches. So I know we can do something. Susie, tell me how your life would be different when you lose that 20 pounds. You guys, that question is key, because you're getting her to think, to stop and imagine, what would life be like if I can lose this 20 pounds? And then you give them an example of you. All right. So my example was, when I first started using these workouts and products, I had 50 pounds of baby weight to lose. I hated working out. So for me, this has helped me to create a consistent routine of working out so that I enjoy with a community of ladies to help me be more accountable. I have so much more energy now, and I feel more confident. So how do you think this will make you feel? Now, I know what you're thinking, guys. Some of you are thinking, well, I just started my journey. So what am I supposed to say? Share how it's helped you so far. You're going to hear me and Suzanne and Angela and Jennifer say that all the time. It's helped me so far to do my workouts 5 days a week instead of every now and again. It's helped me lose 5 pounds already, and I'm just starting. It's helped me get up every morning at 5 a.m. and do my workout before the day begins. I don't care how it's helped you. Obviously, it's helped you some way. That's what you share. How has it helped you? They want to hear your story. Then the prospect says, They tell you how it's going to make them feel better. I would love to get back in my old clothes. I have energy to keep up with my kids, feel more confident, help me get off medications. These are the typical things that we hear. These are most of the time things that we hear, you guys. And then you say, I completely get that, and we can help you do that. And then you ask them what kind of workouts you prefer. Guys, don't overwhelm them. Pick like 2, 3 max of these examples right here. Do not list every single one of these out. After you've heard what their goals are, you might want to ask them if they have any limitations. Like, you know, do you have bad knees? Do you have a bad back? Do you have you just recovered from gallbladder surgery? No, I'm just kidding. Have you had a recent surgery? Whatever it is, don't overwhelm them with too many choices. Okay. So if you have somebody who says, well, I really like dance workouts and I like to dance workouts and I like to do some resistance training, I would not recommend a running program to them or a boot camp. Okay. Because they're going to hate that. I would say, okay, well, how about like a bar program or a dance workout, or how about a combination of like sort of dancey type moves with some resistance? And then I'm going to go send them, then I'm going to ask them if I can send them a video. I'm going to send you 2 sample workouts or 3 sample workouts. I usually try to keep it to 2. So it's kind of like, do you like this or do you like that? If they don't like either one, then we go back to the drawing board. Okay. So 2 sample workouts. I think these will help you reach your goals and you will enjoy them because whatever they told you, you regurgitate it back to them. Okay, you guys? And after you check out these videos, please share with me your thoughts and let's follow up on Monday at 2:00. Will that day work for you? What time on blank will work best for you to chat again? Now, sometimes I don't put all that, y'all. I just say, after you check the videos, let me know what you think, girl, and I can help you get started. I will have to admit that I don't always give them a day and time right then. I have found usually when I don't pressure them to a day and a time. Now, some people will tell you the opposite. Like our coach, my coach would tell you the opposite. Dave is very much about give me your date, give me your time. But I think that's a man thing. And women don't like to feel pressured. Like I wouldn't like it if somebody said, okay, can you do this Monday at 2 p.m.? That would be a turnoff to me. So I don't do that necessarily. Sometimes I do, but it just depends on after I've read the person. So I might send them a bar blend workout and I might send them like Transform 20 or T25, something that's Shaun T related, because that resonates with people. So I might do that. And then I follow up. All right. So first of all, before we go any further, let me move y'all around so I can even find the stop share. Who has questions? Because that's like a lot of information. Like, do you think that script would help you? Or what questions do you have after talking or seeing that script? And please don't be like shy, you guys.
So Melissa, I don't have a question, but
Yes.
I did want to just share a little bit, just from my experience. Sometimes when I say, can I share some more information, and someone comes back with sure, and I start going on to step 2 or whatever, they've gotten a little frustrated because I keep asking them questions. So when they say sure, I'll say, great. I need to ask a few questions so I'll know what's right to send to you. So then they'll understand why I keep coming back to them with more questions.
I've done that too, Jennifer, because some people get impatient with the questions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I will, a lot of times, I'm glad that you said that. I will preface it by saying, okay, hang in there with me. I just need a little more information from you before I can help guide you to what's going to work best for you, because there's so much on this platform. Because that's not a lie. There is so much on that platform and we don't want to overwhelm them.
And I'll also say, Jennifer, that boosts your credibility because you're not just throwing stuff out at them. You're like, okay, we've got a ton of stuff. I need to understand what you're looking for, what works best for you. And I have found the same thing, but it builds credibility for us because we know what we're talking about.
Yes. I think one of the questions I left off of that script is I've started asking this question recently is where do you think you're gonna where's the struggle gonna be for you if you start a program, an at-home workout program to reach your goals? If I can get them to talk to me about what their struggles are, like, well, I struggle going through the drive-through line, or I struggle because my kids get up at all hours of the morning and I can't figure out a time to actually work out or whatever. If they go ahead and vocalize their struggles, then I can help them work through that. And I can also help them see how this is going to help them overcome that struggle. So that's something that you might want to interject at somewhere, but you kind of just have to kind of read the conversation to you guys. And I've also used this. If I can show you how to lose that 20 pounds, I can do it in a way that you can do it in a way that's going to be convenient and simple, and you're going to be able to implement it quickly. Would you be interested in getting started? Or I've said, is there anything that would keep you from getting started today? After I've reiterated everything. But you have to be pretty far into the conversation before you actually say something like that. So guys, this is not meant for you to like copy and paste. It's meant to guide you through the process of talking to people. It can't be a copy paste because every conversation is going to be completely different. But it will help you as you start talking to people, and it'll help you feel a little more confidence in the beginning of talking to people because you've got something to refer back to. And I want to show y'all this. How many years did I tell you I've been coaching? Yeah. This is my cheat sheet. What I read to you, I typed it up for my orange cheat sheet. This cheat sheet goes with me everywhere in this book. And I'll go, okay, where am I in this conversation? Oh, yeah, because that's just me. Like, I'm a pen and paper kind of person. And so this goes with me everywhere. Okay, all right, we talked about this and this. Oh, yeah, now we're on what is their goal. And I look at my wording before I send them the message. I still do it too. So don't think, oh my gosh, Melissa's just an expert and she doesn't need that. Oh, heck yeah, I do too. Because I'm just like ready for you to get going. So it helps me every day. Anybody else before we keep going? Faith.
So I have two questions. The first question is, when you're talking to somebody about getting involved in stuff, at what point do you kind of let them know about the cost involved? Because I remember 5 years ago when I was talking to a friend about joining a challenge group, she's like, hey, who wants to join me in this group? Da, 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 da. And there was never any mention of money. So then when I started talking to her and she got me really excited about it, it was like, oh yeah, and this challenge pack is $150. And I was like, oh. And it was at that point, I almost felt like I was being swindled or tricked into something. And so it took me, like, I actually had to go and make sure it was legit, like because I had never heard of Beachbody before.
Yeah.
So I did some Googling and stuff to make sure it was actually a legit thing, because I just felt kind of, I don't know if swindle's a good word, because she wasn't doing it on purpose. It was just, that's how her coach had taught her how to do it. But like, at what point do you talk about there is a cost involved in these groups?
Well, you're not going to like what I say, but I don't focus on the cost. I never focus on the cost. I'm focusing on the value of hitting the goal. These are just the tools that we're going to use. And so I go through the whole conversation with them. And then when they get back to me, and a lot of times I have to follow up with them and say, okay, friend, I sent you those 2 videos. Which one do you think is more appealing to you to get started losing this 20 pounds? And they say, okay, I think I really want to do the bar program. How much is that? I'm like, okay. I usually wait for them to ask me, honestly. And it's not because I'm trying to hide anything. It's just because I don't want to focus on the price of a challenge pack before I've had the opportunity to share with them the value of this challenge pack and how it's going to meet their goals. And so it's usually not an issue, to be honest with you.
Well, I think the reason I was curious is because the way that she kind of advertised it was, join me in this fitness group, da, 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 da. So I was assuming that it was a free group, like, oh, I can just join this group because it was on Facebook. So I'm thinking, oh, this is just like a Facebook group I can join and it never occurred to me that, oh, well, you're going to be buying X, Y, and Z to be able to
be in the group.
participate. So that's
it's a great question. But I will kind of echo what Melissa just said. When I'm talking to people, they will eventually say to me, what's the investment? How much does it cost?
Okay.
And people have said to me, sometimes they've said, I don't want to join the group if I have to pay for it. And then I'll say, totally understand. The next time I run a free group, I'm going to write your name down. I'm going to invite you. And one of the girls in this water challenge, she told me that. And I sent her a message when we were doing this. I said, hey, girl, I told you I would remember you. We're doing this free water step challenge. Can I add you? She said, please do. So just because she's saying that now, the more we show her the value, she may completely change her mind in the future. But if they can't afford a $160 challenge pack, we can still provide value to them from our posts, our recipes, where our struggles are, whatever it might be. Eventually, hopefully that they will change their mind or be in a different financial situation. But that doesn't mean we cut them off and never have, conversation with them. Because we're in the friend business, y'all. We're in the business of making great friends. And connecting with other women, because we have said it 1,000 times in each of our posts. We're here to love you and lift you up and help bring joy to your life, no matter what. We want you to be on our team because that's part of what we do in our business, because we see the value and we see the outcome of what it's done for our personal health and our well-being, mentally, physically, emotionally. We want to share that. Yeah. So it will come up, but likely not by you, but by them.
Yeah. Okay. And so, I literally, after I tell them, sometimes people lead with that first. Okay, how much is this going to cost me? And I never, ever go into all the stuff that it's going to cost them. This is what I always say. Well, first, let me hear what it is you're trying to achieve. Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to get tone? Are you trying to do both? I need to hear where you're struggling, and based on where you're struggling, I'm going to see what I have over here to help you. And if I've got something to help you, then I'll be able to tell you how much it's going to cost to get it set up to reach those goals. But I can't tell you until we chat about this a little bit together. So I don't want to give you some random cost and then you go, no, thank you. So that's how I personally handle it. You're going to get objections. I get people who are like, can I just do the workouts? And I'll be like, at first, for a long time, I was like, okay, if you're not willing to get this challenge back, I'm not willing to work with you. And the reason is because I wasn't getting anything. Like, I'm putting a ton of time into these groups, and I'm putting a ton of time into each individual person. So if they don't want to invest in themselves, why would I invest in them as a coach? But now I'm like, okay, you can just start with the workouts, but my friend, let me just tell you, why would you do that when you pay $60 more and you're going to get all of this stuff to help you get even better results? And the thing has been designed to all work together. So you're going to only get this slice of the pie, which is only going to give you that much of a result. If you want the whole result, we got to get the whole pie delivered to your house here so you can get started on this journey. But I don't say to heck with you if you just want to start with the workouts, because now I have enough people in my organization who are like, heck yeah, I can't live life without Shakeology, Energize, or whatever. So they're going to influence that person, even if I just get them in the group with the workouts. So, kind of my philosophy has changed a little bit, but also the way Beachbody runs now is completely changed too. So it's a completely different situation than before. So I hope that helps, Faith. And
What was your other question, honey?
yeah.
How do we do free workouts? Like, how do we send people free workouts?
Okay, that's a great question too. So we're going to go to my back office right now, and I'm going to show you guys how to access free workouts as well as share a card. Because once they say yes, and you've talked with them and they're like, okay, I want the bar blend package, I want to try Shakeology, and then you say, okay, do you have any dairy issues? Because you don't want to get them on whey-based Shakeology if they've got like some major dairy issue. We want to get them set up on plant-based Shakeology. And so they say, no, I don't have any whey issues. And they're going to ask you, have you tried, like, what's your favorite flavor? Have you tried all these flavors? If you haven't tried them, then y'all need to get some Shakeology samplers and try these different flavors so that you can advise people on what's good and what's not good to you. So I always, I give them what my opinion is in this situation. And then I get that set up and I say, okay, we're going to get you set up with this bar blend Shakeology challenge pack. I'm going to set you up with chocolate whey. Do you want it in individual packages or a bag? They tell me that. And then I say, all I need from you is your email address to get this set up. So let me show you how to get it set up. I got to get back to here we go. All right. So actually I need to be over here. So many moving pieces tonight, you guys. Oh my gosh. All right. So here it is. And Sierra, girlfriend, this is what you've been asking me about. And Emily, I know you had to miss tonight, but when you're watching this playback, this is the missing piece of the puzzle, my friend, that you were asking me about. This is what you've got to know as a coach, is how to use share a card. So to answer your question first, Faith, you go to Grow My Business. You're going to go to Product, Tools, and Shareable Media. And you guys, the best thing you can do for yourself is log into your Team Beachbody coach account on your phone and then save it to the main screen of your phone, because you are going to be going to this all the time. So I have it on my phone, easy access. It looks like an app, but all I did was add it to my home screen. That's all I did. It's not an app. All right. But you're going to want it in both places. So say I'm talking to somebody and they're like, I would love to try bar blend. So I go to the bar blend, and I've saved all these now in the notes of my phone, you guys. So that I don't have to do this anymore. But you scroll down to where the videos are, and then you're going to click on view more. And then I don't know why my computer is running so slow. Oh, there's the sweet baby.
Hey, girlfriend.
All right, now, you guys,
okay.
there's so many different options. I like to send these ones where it's like Amanda's bar blend transformation. Anytime there's a test group smash up or somebody's personal story, I like to send those personally because people relate to people. So the sample workout is right here, Faith. So you would click copy link, and then you would go over and paste it in your message, and they're going to see that. And it is linked back to your Beachbody account.
Because she's logged in as you. It will always link back to you.
It always links back to you. So if they decide after they do the workout to click around, so let me show you what it looks like. I've copied the link. When they pull it up from their message, this is what they're going to see. This is what they see. Okay. So they've done that. So now they might decide, oh, let me see over here what this is. Or let me see what Melissa has on her Facebook page. And I've got it connected to my Facebook page. I don't know why it's connected to Twitter because I'm not even on Twitter hardly. Instagram and my YouTube. And then they can click on view my site. So because that I sent it to them this way and not from like a Vimeo link, they can go to my website. So it's not my Beachbody website. This is my blog that I'm sending them to. Okay. But if they decided to buy it, there used to be a button they hit. Oh, here it is. You just hit, if they hit the Team Beachbody logo, I think it takes them to like share a cart. I mean, not share a cart, but the shop page. Yeah.
But we prefer to build them a cart and share a cart, because if they end up saying, you know what, I am lacking energy, I have a hard time focusing, you know what, we can throw in some Energize. We can, throw in, if beach bars are on sale, which typically when we build a challenge pack, they're going to get beach bars for 10% off, sometimes 20% off, and free shipping. And then we'll dump it in the cart and go, if you don't want this in there, take it out. But I love it. I eat one in the afternoons. It keeps me away from the candy jar. Things like that, that's going to help them, because we're not going to try to build a cart with 10,000 things in it and their bill's $600 and they're like, bye. No, $160 is what they're expecting. And then if we want to throw in something that we genuinely think is going to be beneficial to their lives, that's what I do.
Yeah. And then I always tell them, like Suzanne said, girl, you can take this out, but you're going to save 20% off on it now. 9 times out of 10, they leave it in there and they get it. Very few take it out.
Also, Melissa, under the shareable tools and media, there's the little hourglass. So if you're having trouble finding something, there is a search little hourglass that you can type in 21-day fix video or bar blend video or containers 101. There's different things that you can Beachbody Google to see if you can find it.
Yep. So here we go with share a cart. You're going to click on share a cart. So you go to grow my business, whether you're on your phone or on your laptop computer, and you hit share a cart. Then a new link comes up, and it's more than likely, I did this today, so it's not asking me to log back in, but it's going to ask you to log in with your coach username and password, you guys. Once you do that, once you log in, and it only stays like active for a certain amount of time. So every time you go back to do a share cart for somebody, you're probably going to have to relog back in. So save the password.
Yeah, it does it every time.
Password. Okay. So I'm going to use my daughter's email address to show you guys how this would work. So you type in or copy paste their email address. And once you do that, see, my session has expired. So now I've got to start.
It's a little finicky.
It is a little finicky. The only problem with it, but y'all, this is so easy. Like, this has prevented so many disasters in the ordering process. I can't even tell you how it's helped so much.
It makes it so easy for the customer. Super easy.
And they don't get frustrated and go, forget it, I'm not doing it. Trust me, it helps. All right. So I've put her email address in, unless I've spelled something wrong. I haven't. Sometimes it's finicky. All right. This is how you know if they already have an account. And you go, okay, they're not my customer. And it says it's populated their name. That means they've been assigned to somebody else. And I need to get them over to me. So I'm going to talk about how to do that in just a minute. Okay. My daughter's a coach under me, so we're going to keep going. So what if Sarah Beth wanted to get a challenge pack with BOD? And I can show you that because she doesn't have a BOD membership. She uses mine when she wants to. So you'd click on challenge packs, and then you would go to Beachbody On Demand. Now, that is if you just want the plain annual Beachbody On Demand membership for your client, which gives them access to everything except the VIP workout, which right now is 9-week Control Freak. So you would pick their package for them, annual bod with Shakeology. There's the price. You would click whether they wanted 24 packets or 30 packets. If they wanted just one flavor in a 30 serving bag, you pick the flavor, you select the packaging for them, you add it to cart. I'm not going to do that right now, but that's what you would do because I'm going to back out and show you something else. All right, so that is if you wanted to do annual bod. If you wanted to do a specific program package, like somebody wanted 9-week Control Freak, then I recommend you go to the program that they are specifically wanting to purchase so they can get the equipment that they need. All right, so this one is a little challenging because you've got ones that have no equipment. That means that you're purchasing off the wall. So if they want to use the control track system, you're going to need to make sure that it does not say no equipment. If it says no equipment, they're not going to get the equipment that they need for the program. So I would click on 9-week Control Freak. It's $20 off. Oh, wait, this is the right thing. So this is the one with Beachbody On Demand, Shakeology, the VIP access, and all of the equipment for that. Then I would set it up. I would add the Shakeology, and I would add the flavor, and I would add the packaging and add the cart, and then I would go to the cart. Okay. If they want Performance Line instead, then you go to the one with Performance Line. Let's look at that one really quick. Same price. They're just getting Recover and Energize. Yeah, Energizer. So you would pick the flavor. You would pick 40 serving tub or individual packets. I always pick the tub for them so they get more bang for their buck. But you might want to ask them, do you want the convenience or do you want more scoops?
And I do the same thing, Melissa, with Shakeology because a bag, you get
Yes.
more in a bag than you do individual packs.
Yes. And then you have to put in 20 serving tub. It's the only option, but you still have to click it. And then you hit add to cart. So I'm going to show y'all what happens after you add it to cart. I just got to remember to go in here and get rid of it. So this is what happens. You get this little pop-up box right here that tells you, okay, you've got 9-week Control Freak bod performance pack in your cart. So you're going to see all these special offers that Suzanne was telling you about over here on the right-hand side. And you're going to look through the special offers and see, are any of these special offers that my client might like, and it would help them with their results. Oh, look, bars are $26.87. They're getting 10% off or 25% off the retail and then another 10% off. So it's $26.87. I'm going to add that to their package and they can decide. Then you can customize an email for them. You can use the default email or you can customize it, hit save. Then you're going to send the email to them. You're going to tell them it's coming to their email. But here's what I also do. Once you send the email, it's going to populate a little link right here that says copy link. I always copy that link and I send them the link to the cart in Facebook Messenger.
Right.
Just in case the email ends up in their spam folder.
And you can text it to them too. If that's the way you're communicating with them, it'll say shareable link.
Yep. So let me back out of this and delete it. Now, you guys, let me take it out, remove. Okay, if Sarah Beth had not been a coach, let's talk about that, okay? So I'm going to start like a new enrollment here. If Sarah Beth had not been a coach, I would put in her email address and then I would make sure I hit the word coach. If they tell you they want 25% off their next order and they want to be a part of your team, hit the word coach. All right. Then you can continue. Now, what does this enroll without purchase thing mean? It means that you can just pay $39.95, can pay the coach sign up fee, $39.95, and they can join your team. And then if they've purchased a challenge pack, say they purchased a challenge pack 4 weeks ago, and now they've decided they want a coach on your team, they can enroll without purchase, paying the $39.95. When they show up in the back office, then you direct them to the form in the back office that they fill out to get reimbursed. I hardly ever do this, y'all. It's a pain in the tail. Okay. What I always tell people, even if they purchase a challenge pack, I'm talking to a lady right now who just messaged me out of the blue tonight and said, I think I want to go ahead and start because if I grab the coach thing now, like you said, I'm going to get a BFF code. And I said, yes, you will. And so she wants to share this BFF code with a friend. So she's kind of motivated to get this done. She just bought a challenge pack last month. And she's like, now how do I sign up again? And so I'm like, okay, well, you can pay $39.95. We can get it reimbursed because you got this challenge pack, and then you won't be active until you have another order roll through your account, which means she won't get her commission on the pack if she's not active. Okay. So she's got to be active to get her commission. So I said, what if you get a 3-day refresh Shakeology pack? Because she didn't get Shakeology in her last package. She got Performance Line. I said, I'm going to do the 3-day refresh April 5th. You could do it with me. So she can do it that way and she can get the coach fee waived. And then she gets more product that she can use for herself. And then she can pass that on to her friend. So I rarely do it. I mean, I do offer it to people, but I rarely do that because it is a pain. And then you have to wait for their order to go through in order to be active. And so if you're trying to hit a big goal quick, that is not the way to do it, y'all. I'm just saying.
I've never done it.
You've never done it, Suzanne?
Mm-mm.
All right. Any questions about share a card? See how easy that is? And then you wait for them to process the order. So when I send them the clickable link to process it, I said, okay, girlfriend, here's your link to get started and set up. Let me know when this goes through so that I can double check and make sure that everything is processed like it should have. And so I can get you added to my bod group.
I also tell them I want to track your package because I want to know when it arrives. So we can have like a containers 101, getting started right, make sure you are set to go. So you can do that. You'll see when their package ships and you can just track it along the way. And I also send them a thank you note. So kind of those two things will arrive at the same time. Thank you for joining my team. I'm so happy. Thank you for trusting me. Can't wait to see your results. Can't wait to help you lose that 20 pounds you talked to me about, whatever that is.
Yes. So, any questions about Share a Cart? Okay. So the last thing tonight that we were going to share with you was, now that you have these friends that are in your water group, and you're just going to keep going, you guys, into April. Our next challenge group officially starts April 15th. It's going to be called Rein It In, like rain, RAIN, rein it in. And you can be inviting now. Like, don't say to people, oh, my challenge group's not starting till April 15th. If they're ready to get started at the end of this water challenge, get them set up. Get them set up and get them going. If they want to join your team, I would say to them, look, if you want to join my team, they're going to send you this BFF code and you can share it with a friend and they're going to get $40 off. And we can get another friend doing this with you. And the more accountability that you have, the better, because that's the truth. The more accountability they have, the better they're going to be excited about it, the more results they're going to get, so on and so forth. Okay. So, don't wait is the biggest advice I can give you.
Mhm.
Okay. Go ahead and at the end of the water challenge, and don't miss a beat. Get on it Saturday, Sunday, and start following up with people and start having these conversations. And then I would also say that the next thing I would challenge you to do is create your list of 100. And I know that sounds like a huge amount of people.
Yay, Sierra.
Stop, Sierra. So go to your Facebook friend page, go to your Instagram page, start looking through who can I invite to do this with me. Write down people in your neighborhood, your church, your kids,
Mhm.
moms at school, whatever kind of circle that you're in. Write those names down and try not to prejudge, y'all. That is the
Mm-mm.
hardest thing, to not prejudge and go, they will never do this. And I have done it too. But don't do it, because I'm telling you, the people you think will say yes to you are going to say no. And the people you think that are going to say no often say yes.
And remember, just because you look at someone and it looks like they don't need to lose weight, maybe they don't need to lose weight, but they need a community, or they need to learn to fuel their bodies better, because small people don't necessarily equal healthy people.
Yeah, exactly.
Says
Very,
Nurse Sierra. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yes,
very,
ma'am.
very
Just
well.
because you're thin does not mean you're healthy.
Yeah. So get your list of 100 and then keep going. You're going to keep right on going into April, inviting people off the list of 100. And the next step is for you to start joining us on our team calls. Now, we don't have a team call this Sunday night. We will have a team call the first Sunday night in April, which actually that's
Oh,
Easter.
that's Easter. We might have to bump that.
So we'll have to bump it back a week.
Yeah.
So, but usually we have it the first and the third Sunday nights of the month.
And it's 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, 8:30.
That'll be 5:30 for you, Faith.
So, and that's another opportunity for you to be part of our planning for our team, what we're going to do together. That's when we spend our time planning. Okay, how are we going to promote this month? And we put our heads together and we do it together.
Yes.
And if we're going to have, like, if I find a special training, we share it. One of those 2 times we share a training that would help us advance our business going forward. And we also have, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that we have an exciting opportunity that Suzanne and I are in the process of working on right now, where we're going to be creating a new coach opportunity page that's going to be so much simpler to use. And we're very excited about that. So we'll be doing that in mid-April.
We'll share more about that too. And also these calls, guys, we do a lot of planning, but we also unpack a lot of stuff. What worked for you this week? What didn't work for you this week? Because we pick up tips from each other all the time.
Yep. So any last questions? We really appreciate you guys going through this with us. I'm going to stop the recording.